What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is the American Grand Prix and we're getting so close to the end now. 4 races to go, including this one, so things are getting so exciting. Who is going to win the title in this final Season 5? You can see we've just had an upgrade fitted to the car, improving the fuel consumption. Probably the least important of all the upgrades, but we've only got one more to go. So in terms of like the 10 season career mode, I wonder what would happen after like 4 seasons when you've done them all. But you can see our season so far, the final 4 races. We've been okay recently. I think over the season we just haven't consistently been on the podium and had them big results which we need to challenge for the title. So that's probably where we're going to end up a little bit short. But hey, it's been a successful season in a very underpowered car still. So into qualifying. This is our first run in Q1. The clouds look like they're rolling in, but there's no threat of rain for this session or the entire weekend, which is good to see. So, coming through the final sector, just getting to grips with the car around the track. Come to the line, not the best of exit, and that puts us into P13 initially, 1.8 off the pace. We skip to later on in the session, and Marcus Ericsson is actually up in P18. He's nearly half a second up on myself, and we're only ahead of Verline. So yeah, we definitely need to pick things up on our final run in Q1, and that's indeed what we did. We're nearly 7/10 up as we come round the penultimate corner towards the final corner, and we need this to try and get out of Q1. It's going to be close, but I think we've got a shot of doing it. We'll definitely beat Ericsson. I'm very certain about that, and we've entered up P70. We've just got knocked out by about half a tenth as well, so it just shows how tight the field is this season. And yeah, it's just them small margins. I mean, last time out in Japan, we got through to Q2 by half a tenth, and this time we get knocked out. So, getting ready for the race, the American Grand Prix. It's such a fantastic track. It's about time America had a fantastic track in F1, and the Circuit of the Americas is the one to host it. It really is one of my favourite tracks. Of all the new tracks in F1 over the past decade, this has got to be my favourite one. So, we're just building up the tension. It's really building up. Max Verstappen leading the championship. Contenders like Hülkenberg, Perez, Ricciardo, and you might say ourselves as well. Felipe Massa struggling at the back of the field. No Ericsson at the back. It's been a while since I've been able to say that, but he really did put in a great performance. Only 1.4 off first place in Q1. So, building up to the start, let's pass it over to Crofty for the grid.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Perez, Lewis Hamilton, and Hülkenberg, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Button, and Nico Rosberg, Alonso, Sainz, Kevin Magnussen, and Bottas, Haryanto, Palmer, Asalba, and Roman Grosjean, Gutierrez, and Verline. Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Massa completes the grid.
So that's the grid sorted out, and you can see it's very hot in Austin today. It's completely sunny, and I've changed the strategy up. I've tried to avoid the medium compound because I am very bad with them around here. So I'm going to try and do 2 super soft stints with a soft stint as well. 1 stop I don't think's realistic, but we get away in this American Grand Prix. Palmer gets a terrible start on the left hand side, which allows us to go up the inside. Prime place to make up positions early on. The AI are very tetchy out this first corner. I was thinking, oh, there's going to be a pile up, but actually there was only a little bit of contact between Rosberg and Magnussen there. We go all the way around the outside of the Renault, and I noticed on the minimap there's a yellow flag. Only one car spun. Usually there's a lot of contact through turn 1 there, but surprisingly the AI have been very clean, and we made up a few positions there, so it's been a solid start so far. And yeah, we're clinging on to the back of Rosberg early on. We need to get used to the track and not corner cut so much as well for the first sector, but AI into a hairpin first lap, follow the leader. That's like a perfect scenario of when the AI need to be defending. I mean, against human drivers, they'd obviously defend in that situation. McLaren Honda, that's all I have to say about that. up to P10. Raikkonen's going for the move on the second McLaren Honda of Jenson Button. We're trying to stay as close as possible. We're locking up so close to the back of the Ferrari. But we've got to run on Button here. Raikkonen covers off Button there. But we're going to be side by side into the final sector here. We've got the traction round the outside of Button. That's a brilliant move. We're so happy with that. Great wheel-to-wheel racing with the McLaren Honda driver there. So we've taken both McLarens in a matter of corners. So that's been a very good start on our fresh tyres. So on to lap 2 here, and seems like someone's going for a move. I can see a Toro Rosso side by side with Perez there, and Kvyat just gets hung out to dry there. There's definitely no grip out there because he's lost 3 positions in one corner. So Raikkonen got past, we got past, and he's lost so much momentum. So yeah, he wasn't really much of a torpedo there, was he? But lap 3 now, and things are getting a bit interesting. Side-by-side action ahead of us. Ricciardo and Hülkenberg there, and it looks like there's been a bit of contact. Hülkenberg's round, and he's been hit by his teammate. We've gained 3 positions there by avoiding that incident. We got so lucky. I mean, I'll take a free position, but 3, that's absolutely crazy. Hülkenberg and Ricciardo, it looks like they get joined together. I'm not sure if they actually hit each other twice. I know the AI struggled to go side by side through. Initial contact at the front, then hit at the rear, and then he gets whacked by his teammate, and then the Ferrari of Raikkonen. And look at all the cars power past. The AI are just too courteous in them situations. So Perez, he doesn't really have anywhere to go, and he just accelerates into his teammate. Not sure if he's got major damage there, but that's a disaster for Force India. That's pretty much what happened to Baku as well. Contact with a Red Bull as well, if I remember correctly. Raikkonen gets unlucky there, and he's going to sit there and let everyone pass. He's going to lose so much time. We skip to lap 7 now. Pascal Wehrlein is out of the race. We've got Alonso actually closing up to the back of us. Virtual safety car is out. We can actually see Verstappen on the minimap now, so this is a momentous occasion. It's been so long. He's 17.5 seconds ahead of me already. He is very quick. The drivers that were ahead of us have already pit, so Verstappen's leaving it a little late. I think I'm going to pit at the end of this lap. But Alonso is seriously putting me under pressure. But there's a bit of contact, I think. There's a yellow flag out on the minimap, and it looks like there's been a bit of a pile-up. Here is the replay. It's Carlos Sainz. He's doing his best impression of Kvyat and locking up and going into the side of the Renault, and he picks up the McLaren Honda, and they just sit there. The AI. That's a bad move from Sainz. He is my rival, and I'm actually going to win a rivalry for once if he continues like that, which is incredible. Of course that would happen as we get to the end of this career mode, but we come into the pits. That was a solid stint, but a lot of drivers will have got the undercut on us, so we might be right in the mid-pack. Onto the soft tyres, and where are we going to end up? Are we in traffic? There's a few other cars in, our teammates in as well, so looks like we're double stacking and Ericsson's losing time, locking up into turn 1, but we come out in P11, so that's probably around where I would have expected us to be. And imagine a few drivers are yet to pit, but yeah, I think we've lost out a little bit to the ones getting the undercuts, so I'm not sure if the strategy will come back to us. We'll have to wait and see. Yellow flag because Valtteri Bottas is out. The Williams are just so bad in this career, so they start off with probably the 4th best car if I'm thinking back. And now they're just right at the back. They're so bad. I think they've only got about 7 points as well. So Bottas with an engine failure. Wow, not a great season for him. We can see he's pulled off there. Is there going to be a safety car? Probably not. It's a bit soon after the virtual safety car. And we know the game doesn't like safety car after safety car. So yeah, we're closing back onto the back of the Manor of Haryanto. Another driver who hasn't scored points this season along with Ericsson. They must be so lonely down at the back of the rear of the standings, but this should be a simple overtake with DRS up into turn 1, up the big hill, and we get the move done up to P9. We can see Massa ahead of us on their medium, so he's yet to pit for sure, and I think he did eventually pit. Now we're on the back of Grosjean, and yes, this is how you get past, and yeah, I just caught him napping there. I can't believe I got through there, because yes, we have fresh tyres, yes, we have a lot of grip, and I am the quickest in the first sector because I go purple pretty much every lap. And yeah, getting past Grosjean there, that was incredibly simple. Actually, Massa was yet to pit. He must have overtaken Grosjean as well. So we're going to get our chance to overtake the Williams here with DRS. Again, it should be pretty simple, especially with the straight line speed in this car. And there we go, up to P7. Again, Gutierrez is right up there. I've been saying it a lot lately. Gutierrez is having a stormer of a season, and he's got over 30 points now. It's a great effort. So purple again in the first sector. We do have great pace. It really is sector 3 that is letting us down. Yellow flag. What's going on here? Felipe Massa is out the race. The two Williams are out. They had a double retirement last race as well. They're having an absolute shocker. Once again, it's a Mercedes power unit. Williams and Mercedes and McLaren. They just have such bad reliability in this career, and yeah, I'd imagine their engines are probably fully upgraded as well, so don't know what to make of that. The three leaders have come into the pits. Verstappen's actually had issues in this race. He was dominating earlier on, but he's dropped back into the clutches of Vettel and Hamilton, so it's a three-way fight for the lead. We're currently in the lead right now, but obviously we've got no chance of winning this race, really. So, lap 19, the leaders have closed in on the back of us. We've been holding up Vettel, actually, and backing him up into Hamilton and Verstappen, but it's our time to come into the pits, put on the super softs. Maybe a lap too early. 9 laps on the super softs might be a stretch, considering our earliest stint was 8 laps, and we started to struggle on that final lap. So, I am trying to push this, just trying to make our strategy work. Where are we going to end up? This could be surprisingly lower than I would have thought. We're outside of the points. We're actually P11. And I don't know how that's worked out. Maybe drivers again, the undercut on me again. Because I don't think many drivers in the top 10 are actually one-stopping. We're going for a move on Magnussen here. He's on the medium, so this should be relatively simple. Up into turn 1 as well. I think that's Raikkonen coming out the pits. And we've actually missed our braking point. Locking up. We've got so wide. Magnussen. Oh, what a waste of time. We've let Magnussen back past. A silly mistake. I was concentrating too much on Kimi there. And he's on a similar strategy to me. So I was hoping to catch up to the back of him and follow him through the field if possible. So we regain the position from Magnussen. We're back into the points, which is obviously our aim at this point. Can we catch back up to Raikkonen? He's got a couple of drivers ahead, which you'd expect him to close up to and overtake. But if you remember earlier on in the race, Raikkonen was the one that got caught up with the Force Indias. And he just sat there waiting for most of the field to go past. And he's ahead of me, so he must have had great pace. The Ferrari does seem like a very good car at the moment. We're closing in on the Haas Gutierrez here, and talk about late move into turn 1. Oh, I wasn't going to go for that. I was just settling him behind, setting him up for probably the next DRS zone. But he left the door open so much. I broke so much later than him. And yeah, I just got the move done. So P9 now, we're struggling to catch up to Palmer. If anything, Hülkenberg behind us is putting us under pressure. That's the lowest we got the gap down to Palmer, 1.7 seconds. And luckily, we just couldn't get it down to under a second to get DRS. And now with 3 laps to go, it looks like we're going to be defending our P9, if anything. And now Hülkenberg with DRS. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? I'm not sure why he didn't defend here, but we're going to try and hang around the outside, try and get decent traction, and of course we get a nudge on Nico. Every time we are fighting Nico, he gives us a nudge, especially when we're teammates, but Hülkenberg, he's got past, and we were a little bit offline there, so we're trying our best to fight back, but I don't think we have the grip. We've lost the best of these super softs, and this final lap we were seriously struggling. We might not even get a point in. We've got Nico Rosberg on our tail on soft compound tyres, but his aren't as badly worn as ours, so I was hoping just get decent traction, and we actually got superb traction there, and that might help us stay ahead of Rosberg, because it'll be tricky for him to overtake in the final sector. This is probably his main opportunity. Is he going to get close now? I was watching. I have to go slightly defensive because I wasn't actually sure where he was. I lost track of him in my mirrors, but we do lock up. Not a great line through there. But as we come through the final sector, I was confident we should keep the Mercedes behind. Not a great run through the penultimate corner, going a little bit deep. We're stuck on the curb here. Can we keep the car just ahead of Nico? Yes, we can. Coming to the line, and unfortunately, it's P10. I'm disappointed with that, guys. It's only a point. I felt like we could have got so much more. The early stages of the race just seemed so promising. Maybe pitting later than the AI in both stints has not worked out well for us. So Vettel takes a victory from Hamilton. Verstappen keeps his championship push alive. So he has extended his gap over the 2 Force Indias and the Red Bull. Marcus Ericsson actually finishes P14. So that's a great job from him. I'm guessing, looking at that, the one stop has not worked for another number of drivers. But yeah, kudos to Ericsson for that. He's put in a great performance there. So 3 races to go, 55 points behind Verstappen. I'm accepting that I'm not going to win the title, but P5 will be good. We'll try and aim for the positions above. The championship battle it really does look like Max is going to win this, but I do hope the Force Indias and Ricciardo get involved as well, just to make things a little bit more exciting. Looks like we're going to be fighting Hamilton and Vettel, yes, for like P5, which is strange considering what's going on in real life. But yeah, having a quick look at the constructors as well, no changes really, it's kind of the standard order we're used to now. So if you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching guys, look out for the final 3 races of the season and I hope to catch you then. Goodbye.